alafu namwambia kwani sijui kitu.
Okay. Good evening, class. Good evening. Okay, good evening. I can see everyone is in class today. I can see James Wanjala, Phyllis, Scarlett, Nancy. Welcome to today's class. Can you feel welcome so that we can continue with our next topic? Before we continue, I would like us to do a recap of what we learned in our last topic. We were looking at scopes of economics. So I'm requesting to ask one of you to remind us what we learned. One of you to remind us what we learned, scopes of economics. Hello, class. I'm saying in our last lesson we studied scopes of economics. Who is going to remind us what we learned during that class? David Guru? Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, continue James Wanjala. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, that is good, Wanjala. I can see you are together. You are good listener during our last class. So all the members today, you are going to look at our new topic, that is demand. And as you can see from your screen, our learning outcomes are, by the end of this session, I expect you to do the following. That is, one, define the following terms: demand and demand gap. Explain the factors influencing demand of goods and services, and then state different types of demand in an economy. So those are the things I expect you to learn, to know by the end of this lesson. Okay, we will start with our first learning objective. That is definition of terms, and you are going to define what demand is and what demand gap is. So as you can see from your screen, as you can see, demand refers to the amount of some goods or services consumers are willing and able to purchase at a specific price for a given period of time. A demand gap is a graphical representation of the relationship between the price of a good or service and the quantity demanded. Okay, I would like us to look at the demand gap, how it looks like, and I would like one of you to tell me what you can see from your screen. Class, who can tell from okay? Okay. Okay, that's good. As you can see from, well, who else? What do you spot from the as you can see I hope you can see the red line. The red line, it is sloping downward. Okay, that red line slopes downward from the top right to the bottom left. So demand gap slopes from the top right to the bottom left on the demand gap chart. This indicates that as the price of a product increases, the quantity of demanded of a product decreases. For example, when the price decreases from PA to BB, when the price decreases from PA to BP, the quantity demanded does what? It increases from QA to QB. But if the price increases the quantity demand decreases. Okay, class. So you will now look at our second learning objective. That is the factors influencing demand. Before we look at that, I would like us to state some factors. Class, please can you state for me some of the factors that influence demand? Okay. Another one. I would like you to just state them, just name them. So one is the price, another one. Okay, who else? Okay, thank you. Who else? Okay, thank you. Who else again? Okay, I hope you have stated enough. I would like us now to look to what you can see from our screen. I hope you can see from your screen the learning objective number 2, that the factors influencing the demand. So, as you had said, price of the commodity itself. This shows that if the price of a commodity goes up, the quantity demanded does what? It decreases and vice versa. You have also the price of other related goods, such as substitutes. For example, tea and coffee. If price of tea increases more than that of coffee, people will consume more of coffee and less of tea. Another one, as Mr. Gru had said, level of income of the consumer. This leads to increased demand of goods and services because of high level of incomes and creates more purchasing power. Another one, we have taste and preference, as you had said. Taste and preferences and fashions of the consumer keeps changing, thus influencing his or her demand of a commodity. For example, if there is new fashion in town, most of the people will rush to buy that kind of a fashion. You also have the population. Increasing the size of the population will definitely increase the demand of commodities and services. For example, if there's an increase in the number of minors, the young people or children, will lead to increase in demand of goods such as toys and sports goods. Okay, you are going to another one is the climate and weather. So during cold seasons, for rainy season, people will demand more of the warm clothes, boots, and umbrellas. So during warm seasons, also it affects demand of some commodities. Also, the last one is the state of the economy. During period of boom, a period in which there is higher circulation of money, the production level is at peak. The employment resources reaches the optimum level. Consequently, there is more purchasing power in the hands of the people. Okay. We shall look at our last learning objective. That is the types of demand in an economy. I will just go read through them. In an economy, you have different types of demand, and these include derived demand, joint demand. You also have composite demand and competitive demand. Derived demand, this refers to the demand of our goods or services that results from the demand for a different or related goods or services. Whereas joint demand, this is a kind of demand that occurs when the demand for two or more products are interdependent, normally because they are used together. And then we have composite demand. This is where goods have more than one use. An increase in the demand for one product leads to a fall in supply of the other. And then we have another one here. We have competitive demand. This occurs when there are alternatives, services or products a consumer can choose from, because equal satisfaction can be derived from either products. This is in the case of substitutes. Before we end our lesson today, I would like us to look at the summary, what we have learned today. So class, as you can see from your screen, today we have learned three learning outcomes. That is definition of terms, factors influencing demand, and types of demand and economy. Who can remind us the factors of that influence demand in an over product? One of you to remind us. Another one. Hello? Okay, I can see that you understood what we learned today. What about the types of demand? Who can remind us what we learned types of demand? Another one? Okay, thank you, class. I can see that you have learned a lot today and you have got what we have discussed today. Before I leave, I would like you to leave you with an assignment. Kindly write it down. An assignment for you that you are going to submit tomorrow is this. Discuss the factors that contribute to economic growth. Discuss factors that contribute to economic growth. I would like you to submit to me that assignment by the end of tomorrow. Thank you and see you in the next lesson.